Roland and Trevor had a baseball game in the park. Roland lives 3 2/5 miles from the park. His friend Trevor lives 2 1/3 miles from the park. Roland ran 2/3 of the way to the park before realizing he left his baseball glove at home, so he ran home to grab it before heading back to the park. Trevor ran directly from his house to the park. How far in miles did Roland and Trevor run in total when they finally made it to the park for the game? So our key numbers are that Roland is 3 2/5 miles away. He went 2/5 of the way before going back, and then Trevor he has a total distance of 2 1/3 miles, and the goal is to find the total distance combined. So let's first figure out Roland, because Roland he had a difficult time getting to this baseball park. So we know Roland's entire trip to get to the park is 3 miles and 2/5 miles. But he went 2/3 of the way first. It's important that you say that out loud. He went 2/3 of the way. He didn't go 2/3 of a mile. He went 2/3 of 3 miles and 2/5. And if you guys remember, that basically lets us know we have to multiply. So we're going to do 2/3 times 3 2/5. Now, there's two ways we could go ahead and do this. We could turn 3 2/5 into an improper fraction. An improper fraction and then multiply. Or we could just do partial products. Do 3 times 2/3, then do 3 times 2/5. Then 2/3 times 2/5. What we're going to do, we're going to turn this into an improper fraction. So 2/3 times, we're going to turn 3 2/5 into 17/5. Because 3 times 5 is 15, then plus 2, that's going to get you 17. Now we just multiply. When you're multiplying, it's really important that you multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. So 17 times 2, that's going to be 34. And 3 times 5, that's going to be 15. Now let's go ahead and turn this into a mixed number. And that's going to be 2 and 4, 15 miles. So now we know that Roland, he went 2 miles and 4/15 miles. Then he went back home. Then he finally got to the park. So we have to add up all three of these distances just to figure out how much of a total did Roland went. So the first trip, that's 2 and 4/15. The next trip is again 2 and 4/15. And the last total trip, well, that's when that 3 and 2/5 is going to come into it. Now we have to add all three up. So I see 15, 15, and then a denominator of 5. Well, I know if I just multiply 5 by 3/3, I'm going to get a denominator of 15 as well. So let's now convert. So we're going to keep 2 and 4/15 as the same. But we're going to multiply this one by 3/3. So that would become 2 times 3 is 6. And then 5 times 3 is 15. So now let's go ahead and add. 2 plus 2 plus 3, well, that's going to be 7. 6 plus 4, 10. Plus 4, 14. So Roland alone went 7 miles and 14/15 to get from his house to the baseball park, which was a lot since his original trip should have only been 3 miles and a little bit extra than that. Roland had a difficult time getting to that baseball park. On the other hand, Trevor, he just had a straight shot. He did not leave anything at home. He just went straight to the park, did not have to make any stops or anything like that. So we could just take the 7 miles and 4/15 miles that we got from Roland and add that to the distance that Trevor has to go, which was 2 1/3 miles. We got that 2 1/3, just in case you forgot, from our key numbers. So once again, I see 15ths, I see thirds, I do not see common denominators. Well, I know if I just multiply 3 by 5/5, I'm going to get 15ths as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is going to remain the same. And now this one we're going to times by 5/5. And that's going to get us 5/15. Now if we add those all up, we're going to get 9 and 16/15. Or 10 and 1.